YouTube, I'm Ika-chan, and recently I had the chance to go to a specialty restaurant in Akihabara, so let's just go ahead. So basically, I am here in Akihabara. We're going to Nadeshiko Sushi. It's basically an all-women's sushi restaurant where all the sushi chefs are women. This is not normal because usually sushi chefs are men. It is a men's only job tradition. Well, we're gonna see how that norm is definitely changing. Let's head on. So I'm gonna show you how to get to Nadeshiko from the main Akihabara station. And it's gonna be a little slow because I didn't use the proper editing software or filming, so bear with me. And I'm here with Shin.
Hello.
Who's also with me when we went. So as you can see, as you go towards when you're leaving the main station, you want to go past the Gundam Cafe, and it was AKB, right?
AKB Cafe?
So those are interesting cafes if you're interested of either Gundam or AKB ladies.
Which is Japanese idol group.
Yeah, I'm not a really big fan of them. But anyways, so you go to the walkway intersections and you go to the left at first. No, there's another way you can go here. I just thought it'd be easier to go past the Gundam Cafe because Japan is a little confusing. There's really no street signs or anything like that. You just have to know where buildings are. So basically from the intersection after you turn left, you want to go straight most of the way. Though we did cross the street because we shouldn't have done that earlier. But we were kind of lost, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a little confusing. It was really warm. It was in the afternoon, and I don't know if you've ever known, but Japan in the summer, especially in Tokyo, is really hot. I'm sure, though, eventually we'll probably go to Akihabara again, because there's a lot of interesting cafes. I've been to maid cafes and a couple of animal cafes before. Have you been to any other interesting cafes in Akihabara?
Not in Akihabara. Well, I've actually been to one of most famous maid cafe.
Where's that at?
That's at Don Quixote. It's at the 8th floor of Don Quixote.
But where's the Don Quixote at?
Don Quixote is like right here on the street. Instead of going straight, you make a right. Just keep going straight.
Okay, maybe we'll go there again, or
Okay.
like at least walk away too.
Yeah, sure.
But we're in a main, so you keep on going forward, and for anyone who ever been to this area, this is like a really big intersection in Akihabara, and basically in the afternoon at 12 o'clock, right?
Yeah, I believe it's from 12 o'clock to 5-ish. They close the street.
On Sundays.
On Sundays.
So we were a little bit earlier. We were at 11:30 because we wanted to really be there early and, I don't know, get there before there was too many customers at the restaurant. The one we went, it was actually not too bad. But yeah, and now we're waiting again, and you want to cross over here.
You can also cross this street earlier.
Yes, honestly, it probably would have been better for us.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, people. But yeah, so there's not too many streets you have to cross. That was basically the last one. And over this building is a pretty famous building too, or at least there's often a lot of like events going on. When we were walking by, there was like motorcycles display.
Yep.
And since it's Akihabara, there's also a lot of anime displays, other buildings or technology. So maybe when you go, there might be something too. So if you see some sort of interesting display or a lot of people, that's it. Now we got lost over this area, and if you see this arcade over here, you want to turn right. We got a little lost and we went over an extra block. And over there is the sign for the restaurant, Nadeshiko. And over here, you keep on going up to the second floor, and here it is. Isn't it pretty? Nadeshiko. And we're back. Apologies again for any video issues, such as if you couldn't hear me. Basically, we went to a place called Nadeshiko, which is an all-women's sushi restaurant where the sushi chefs are women. Now, how I found this place was I watched a video on Facebook, and I'll put the link to the place below. And it's really interesting. It gives you more details about it, and I'd really recommend you watch it. But here's my experience of when I actually went to the place. When we arrived, the first thing they did was had that look of terror. When a Japanese person sees a foreigner in Japan, they get that look where they don't know how to react. Usually this is because either they don't know a lot of English or they just don't have a lot of experience with foreigners, so just to let you know that that might happen. I can speak some Japanese, so we were able to talk to them, and they definitely felt a little more relieved. And they did say that although they didn't speak English very well, that the store manager, she apparently can speak English very well, and some other sushi chefs could. So if you are a foreigner that lives in Japan that really doesn't speak any Japanese, it's probably recommended to go during the dinner time, where you'll probably see the store manager. However, if you are a conversational level Japanese or above, it's very, I think, nice, anytime, even lunch would probably be really great because there's not kind of as many people, open with that open bar, but very nice. And since the area had a really open bar and you could talk to the sushi chefs, the women were very friendly. They had very colorful outfits. One of them, she had like Batgirl on the back, and it was like all sparkling. It was so cool. It was really cool. I like Batman. Yeah. I asked if I could film, and they said, don't take any pictures of the staff. The reason this is in Akihabara, most of the places are like themed styled. If you go to a maid cafe, you're not allowed to take any pictures of almost anything but your food. So this is the case. The selling point is in maid cafes, the area and the maids, and this one it is the sushi chefs, the women. So you're not allowed to take pictures of them. Like they have a list of rules of things you can or can't do. So what I ordered was I ordered a menu at the nigiri powder, that which had both English and Japanese. And if you're definitely working on studying Japanese, it was so good.
Too.
And there's a lot of pictures, so that's really nice. Cheap sushi in Japan is still pretty good. Sushi, but this was definitely very good. In the menu, they had a list of things that you can or you shouldn't really do, or that you should at least know before coming. But I'll briefly explain them, which is one, everything's in cash, so no credit, everything's in cash. Japan is a very cash-based place. This is one of those places. So just remember, if you want to buy a lot of sushi, you make sure you bring a lot of cash. Next is no food or drink. Don't bring any food or drink outside. I feel like this is kind of a like, of course, this is, you want to be respectful for any restaurant. Unless it's like really, really crappy. Otherwise you just, whatever. Also, no cover charge. So basically at maid cafes and other places, like cat cafes and things, you pay a certain amount of money on the hour every hour. At this place, you don't have to worry about that, so that's good. No smoking or underage drinking, which I am totally a-okay. I really hate places in Japan where there's a lot of places that have smoking and non-smoking areas where they say they split it, but that ain't working. It does not work at most restaurants or places in Japan where there's a no smoking or smoking. You can smell the smoke and it is disgusting. I don't like to smoke. If you like to smoke, that's fine. I mean, it's your personal life and you can choose whatever you want to do, that's fine. But I don't like you smoking and me having to inhale your disgusting smoke. No fighting. I think that's interesting, that was a rule, but Japan. So if you were gonna ball bust into some hardcore anime style fights, you better leave that for outside. No harassing or touching the staff and other sort of stuff like that. I feel like that's a dub, but Akihabara has some creepy people. And lastly, again, there's like no taking pictures of the staff. This is, again, they're the main selling point, so you don't want to do that. My overall experience of it, it was really fun. It was a little, I guess, expensive. So if you're looking for a cheap place to get sushi, this is not your place. However, I think for the atmosphere, for the talking to the sushi chefs, and for the food, it was definitely worth it. I would love to go there again to have the good sushi. Yes. I would really recommend go to Nadeshiko. I will put a link to the address if you live in the area and you want to like Google map it, other than using our directions, which is really bad. So maybe not. If you like this and you thought it was useful or interesting, please like, subscribe, maybe comment places you want to go. I don't know what I'm doing. And thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.